Your direct mail response rate does not matter. Yep, I said it. Your direct mail response rate doesn't matter. It's all anybody talks about, and today on this video, I'm gonna show you why it doesn't matter. All right, everybody, today we're gonna talk about response rate, and everybody talks about how important the response rate is, or they compare that and look at it as the success of their direct mail campaign. It is absolutely false. Inside of my mastermind group, 7-Figure Flipping, I see it all the time. My direct mail response rate is this, what is yours? And they're comparing it to say, is my campaign doing okay or is it not doing okay? That is not the metric that you should be tracking. My name is Bill Allen. I am a military pilot. I flew for the Navy for a long time, and I have transitioned into a full-time real estate investor and mentor. And what I want to do with this channel is I want to help you think for yourself. I want to give you tips, tricks, strategies, things like that, so that you can make your own decisions and think for yourself in this real estate business. Whether you're flipping, wholesaling, or whatever you're doing, I want to give you the tools to be able to think on your own without being told what to do. Response rate. Response rate could be as simple as the number of people that called you divided by the number of pieces that you sent out. You could look at response rate as the number of leads you got. So we define a lead inside our company as someone who has a house and is likely to sell. They reach out to us, they contact us, they have a house, and they might sell it, right? And then people who are saying, get me off your list, I don't want to talk to you. Those are just phone calls, those don't count, right? That's a response rate, but it should be stricken from the record. So even there, if I'm doing a very niche sample of 200 mailers, could be postcards, could be letters, whatever it is, and I'm using that compared to a 100,000 postcard drop that we do, those response rates are going to be very different, right? If the metric that you're looking at as a lead indicator of how your marketing is doing, your direct mail marketing, is response rate, it's a massive problem. Anybody who's done a ton of direct mail or even like studied direct mail concepts will know that response rate is not the thing to track, the number one thing, right? So what do we care about with direct mail? Let's think about this. We've got somebody who's at the mailbox, right? And we want to get our postcard or letter or whatever it is, lumpy mail, it could be anything, into that mailbox, onto their front porch where they look at it, they open it, they read it, and they say, should I reach out to this person or not? And what we've got is we've got people seeing response rates start getting cut in half right now. So we have a very competitive market, right? And we have response rates that are going down. When I started in this business in 2014, I was sending out postcards and letters. I was getting a response rate sometimes 3 to 4%. If I looked at that and said, well, I'm getting 1/4% response rate now, my business is going in down the tubes, right? And I'm saying, I'm not going to do very well. I should just stop direct mail and I should go do something else. That's the wrong metric to track, right? It would look like my business is horrible right now, right? To go from 3% to 1/4%, it's like nothing can go right for me. There's no possible way you can make a sizable business that way. Well, that number doesn't matter. What matters is your ROI on what you're sending out. So if I'm spending X and making Y, that's the only thing that matters. If my response rate goes down, it doesn't matter. What's my return on investment of this direct mail campaign? That is what you should be tracking. That's it. So when I got started, I did look at response rate, but that wasn't the thing that got me to spend more money on my marketing. What got me to spend more money on my marketing was when I looked at, for every dollar I put in, how many dollars did I get back out? So if I spent $1 on direct mail marketing, at that time I was getting about $7 back. And that was over a longer period of time, looking at 3 to 6 months, right? Because in the beginning, it took me a while to get my first deal. So if it's taking you some time, that's okay. It took me 4.5 months to get my first deal. But when I look back now, when I was making $7 for every dollar I spent, I was like, wow, how much more money can I spend, right? So that's the thing to look at. If your response rate is going down, that's just one metric, and I wouldn't freak out. All you need to look at is ROI. If I spent, because that 1/4% response rate that you got could result in more money, okay, more revenue than the last mailer that you did that had 1% response rate with the same number of mail pieces. So that number is something that you should look at and think about and just know that. Like, I know that I was getting 3% response rate back then. But I'll tell you what I really care about is the amount of return that I'm getting for every dollar that I spend. So keep that in mind as you guys go out and do direct mail campaigns, and frankly, any campaign. It could be pay-per-click, it could be text messaging, cold calling, ringless voicemail, even networking, driving for dollars, all that stuff. But what is your ROI? Or in some cases, what's the return on the time that you put in? That's the only thing that matters in this business, okay? If you guys like this, please subscribe, like the video, make a comment, tell me what you guys would like to see next. I really put this stuff together because I want to help you think. So direct mail, I've lived this for the last 6 or 7 years or so, and I love it. I absolutely love it, and I love turning the dials. So I hope that this helped you think a little bit differently and look at your direct mail campaign and any marketing campaign that you do slightly differently. I'll see you guys on the next video.